welcome to Demasked. My name is Fresman, and I'm joined by Planet Clue. Clue, how you doing today?
Hello, I'm all right. I slept for 16 hours last night.
I I wish I could do the same, but my cats will not allow that.
Yeah, they're like, look, you gotta get up, dude. You need to feed us.
Well, one of them is smart enough to know that if he knocks stuff off of my desk, then I will feed him.
Fresman, you don't list your pronouns anywhere. What pronouns do you use?
Oh, he, him, simple.
All right, fair enough.
How about you?
I use any, but they, them is usually the first people go to.
Gotcha. Now, we just talked a little bit about it off recording.
Yeah.
But
Pre-game, we talked a little bit.
Yeah. But I've been curious from the get-go, how much did you spend on that DDR cabinet?
Okay, so here's the thing. I have restored 4 dance machines in the past 3 years. Okay, 3 I've restored. 1 is in the process of being restored. I do a lot more dance game stuff behind the scenes than people realize. So the first machine was a Pump It Up GX cabinet. That one, I'll get into that in a minute. The second one was a Dance Dance Revolution K cab from around 2001. The third is a Pump It Up CX from 2010. And then this one that I have behind me, which is the one I'm currently working on, is a Dance Dance Revolution J cab second mix from 1999. So this is my 4th dance machine restore. You guys online have only seen like 1.5. Like I showed the Pump It Up GX restore, like the first half of it, and then I showed a complete DDR or K cab restore in my DDR secret codes video, but I didn't give like a DIY or anything, like a video. So I do a lot of arcade stuff, and I also have other arcade machines that aren't dance related in this apartment as well. But yeah, so to answer your initial question, which was, you said how much did it cost, the first one?
Yeah.
So the Pump It Up GX restore, I actually put prices in the video of how much I spent. I spent way too much money on that restore. I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't have a lot of tools. Like at that time, I didn't have anything. Like I didn't even have a garage to put it in. This was really early days of me. We're doing arcade stuff. Now I've done it so much that it's like whatever. But at the time, I had to buy like a drill. I had to buy a vacuum cleaner. I had to it was like basic stuff that I didn't have. Like I don't know, like a what's it called? One of those plastic blocks you put a saw on. I had to get one of those. But yeah, I just had to buy a bunch of materials in order to get that restore going, and I paid way too much. And people in the comments totally made fun of me. And like at the time, I was like, why are people so upset? But it's because I spent so like unbelievably much on that restore when I definitely shouldn't have. And looking back, I can laugh at myself and be like, oh yeah, that was really stupid. That like I was just paying. Like I didn't know like how to ballpark what a sandblasting job should cost. I had no reference point for that. Now I do, but I didn't at the time. And so I regret publicizing prices because it ended up people grilling me a lot. And that kind of made me hesitate from publicizing more cab restore videos until I was better at it. And now I'm better at it. And I've been working on like everything regarding the restore of the cabinet behind me. I have documented everything. I have not worked on it for 1 single second without filming it, either on my GoPro or on my main camera. I've been filming everything. So at some point, you guys will see a 100% complete video regarding a cabinet restore from the bottom to top. That was my goal. The problem with the pump cab restore was that like it's kind of fractured and segmented into parts, and like you guys only really ever got like part 1, and I didn't end up showing part 2 because it was kind of I felt weird about releasing the first one. Anyway, I know it's kind of a really long-winded answer, but there you go.
Hey, at least it's a comprehensive, breakdown on what has occurred.
Yeah.
Now, where do you, like, I've been trying to look into arcade cabinets for myself, not even for like videos, just I want one. Where do you get them?
So there are a couple different places. The first one that I would mention is Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. Now, Facebook sucks ass, and everybody knows it. No one likes Facebook. You're not supposed to like Facebook. But the reason that you go there is because the arcade world is run by boomers. It's just a fact. And boomers are the ones that use Facebook. If you want arcade deals, you go on Facebook. I deleted my Facebook like maybe 6 months ago because now I'm in the amusement industry and community enough that I don't really need it. But if you're a normie, if you're a regular person, yeah, Facebook's the place to go. If you end up in places like Arcade Coin Op, you're in the wrong place. Like that place is like, that's a reseller. They're gonna just like add thousands of dollars onto every price tag for no reason. You will want to keep it small, keep it indie. And there are also Facebook groups. So there's the Bemani Buy Sell Trade group. There's also the Arcade Flea Market groups. Those are really good. There's a lot of places to look on Facebook. That is an excellent starting point.
Because I'm trying to hunt down, it's a light gun shooter that I actually had the chance to solve a 20-year-old mystery.
Oh, sick. What was it? Time Crisis?
No, Carnival.
Oh, Carnival, yeah, classic. That one's really popular.
Well, the thing is that one haunted me for about 20 years, like from childhood to, I want to say maybe 3-4 years ago.
Why?
And, well, it was one of those things where you see something scary when you're a kid and you have nightmares about it. And as a kid, I didn't have the best handle on learning what the name of certain things were in terms of, games or cabinets. So I just had this horrible nightmare of a clown head flying at the screen, umlaut, as he's called. And that haunted me for years. Like, it'd be every night. And funny enough, Ross Scott of Accursed Farms was the person to make a video about it that kind of gave me back that, like, the name. Because he does a series called Game Dungeon where he plays games that he's bumped into throughout his life. And one of them was like, oh yeah, this arcade cabinet was in like a building that I used to work in, like, and it was in the break room. And I'm sitting there just like, oh my god, it's that fucking thing. No. And my partner was actually the one to find an arcade in my hometown of Portland, Oregon. And the arcade just happened to have an that cabinet, and I spent $9.50 because some of those levels are meant to be unfair, and I beat it. I solved my personal crisis.
You were like a ghost, and like completing it made you feel more complete. What's the phrase for ghosts? It's like unfinished business. You had unfinished business with Carnival, and then you finished it.
Well, what gets me is my partner said something that it made me feel like I was in the middle of like a 90s movie, because like it's 2-player. There's 2 guns, like, Time Crisis, or was the other one by
Point Blank,
like Area 51.
There's a ton of really good light gun games for arcade.
But I'm like, well, do you want to help me? Do you want to? Because you brought me here, this, like, you could help me. And they go, no, this is your fight.
You're fighting this alone.
Yeah, and so they stood by with a cup full of coins and just fed coins into the machine while I'm playing. But I plan to, at some point in the future, either make my own or buy an official Carnival arcade cabinet, and in what I describe as having the video game equivalent of a head mounted on my wall.
Yeah, I have conquered this. This is mine now.
It lives with me now.
Yeah, you could almost certainly find a Carnival for like $1,250, $1,500, maybe $2,000 if it's in like really good shape through like an arcade auction. They're also pretty small too. You can move it with just like a if you get like a oh man, what's that L-shaped thing with wheels? What's it called? I'm losing my mind.
Dolly?
Yeah, dolly. There's another word. Hand truck. If you get a hand truck that has a strap around the front, then you can move that like pretty easily. Yeah, that should not be an issue. That's actually a pretty decent home cab just because it doesn't have a fat ass like a lot of the older or like a lot of the early 2000s cabinets do.
Now I have to get like the House of the Dead 2 cabinet, where it's
the sit-in,
like,
the gigantic sit-in one. Just put it in your living room.
Not even the sit-in one, that giant, like 4 feet from the screen.
Yeah. No, I like all that stuff. I guess a lot of people don't know this, but I'm like a huge amusement nerd. Like I like, people call me the DDR guy, just because my most viewed video is the DDR video. Fair enough, right? But I'm actually a big pump it up guy. I'm a huge, when it comes to dance games, I'm a pump it up man, and also an ITG man. I like both of those games a lot.
I've been trying to get into not so much like collecting arcade games, but repair. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in fixing something other than throwing it away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right to repair is a big thing for me.
I've actually been planning to make a video on it, but there's a local flea market that I go to.
Yeah, I love it. I love the flea market. I go to mine all the time.
Well, the one that I go to, it makes me feel like I'm in Cyberpunk. Like, there's just so much stuff hanging off the walls. I feel like somebody's going to call me Choom when I walk through.
Yeah.
But
I assume that's a reference to Mad Max or something. I don't know that reference.
Cyberpunk.
Like which? Like you're talking like 2077?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because there's like Cyberpunk stuff before that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only just started my playthrough a couple months ago, and I've barely had any time.
Gotcha. But no, what I want to do is sort of they used to be more popular back in like the 2010s, but quote unquote haul videos.
Okay, what's that?
But I went shopping at
HAUL. Yeah. I have seen those.
Yeah. But what I want to do is go into the flea market, and the goal is what can I get with $20, and then see if I can't take it home, fix it, and make it work.
That's kind of what I do too. Last time I went to the flea market, I usually get like $100 in cash. I used to bring $20 in cash, and I started regretting that because I kept being so much cool stuff there. But so now I do I bring $100 in cash to the flea market. And then last time I was there, I got so much good stuff. One, I'm fine with spoiling because this is an upcoming video, but I'll just start it off. So I found a Wii U at I already have a Wii U, but I use it all the time. So I got a Wii U for $30, just completely and fully working. And so we modded it and put it in the bedroom. So now we have a Wii U in the living room and one in the bedroom, and that rules. But the spoiler for the future video, which is probably coming out, I don't know, maybe next month, maybe, depending on if it works. I'm making a video about the Hasbro Ion, which is an extremely obscure video game console. The Wikipedia page is a stub. Like, no one knows anything about this thing. And so I've been doing some digging. The problem is the Hasbro Ion that I got from that flea market doesn't work. I tried everything. The disk drive is just dead. So I found one on eBay, and I bought that one, and I'm waiting for it to arrive. And hopefully that one works. And if it doesn't, there's another one on eBay that I will buy. And these things cost like $15 each, so I don't have to cry about buying them until I find one that works. And then I can just make a pile of them. These ones are all broken, and this one works. Anyway, but it's an educational console for kids, and it had like 8 games ever made for it, and most of them aren't dumped. So I was gonna make a whole thing about trying to preserve it.
I have this image in my head of like I sacrificed these other ions just to make this one work.
I might actually. There could be components that work on one and then don't on the others. So we'll see.
You're gonna Frankenstein together a Hasbro Ion?
I would do it if it worked. Yeah, I'd do it. If I could make one that works out of 3 that don't, I'd do it. I did that with V-Smile. Like, I had to do that with my the V Flash. I bought a V Flash and the controller ports didn't work, and so I transplanted the innards of one that was really externally ugly but worked, and one that was externally beautiful and didn't work, and I combined them together. So the really beautiful device works perfectly, and the one that looks like it's broken is broken.
So I've been wanting to cut a deal with the people at my flea market to like, hey, I know you're selling all these controllers. Like, I've seen a lot of like ColecoVision and Atari controllers go through there, and I so badly want to be like, hey, for a nominal fee, I will take this bundle of controllers, take it home, fix them, and then bring them back to you so you can sell them at a slightly higher price.
I don't know about that. I think you should just put them on eBay after you've restored them. Because what are the odds you're going to find those exact people again?
They're there every week.
I guess you can offer it and try it, but I would just put them on eBay because that's free money.
It's this the flea market I go to is this weird like setup where there's an outside area which is all like different people every time sort of deal, but then there are set vendors inside the building.
Okay. The flea market that I have has like an indoor section as well.
Is yours in a giant barn? Because mine's in a giant barn.
No, mine is on a fairground.
I don't know what it is about mine. It's like a giant. It looks like one of those giant. I hesitate to call it a barn, but where they process like chickens.
Yes, yeah, I know. I'm aware of what a barn is.
Well, no, but it's those specific ones where it's like the giant tin, really long building.
Oh! You mean like for a meat processing plant?
Yeah, it's like one of those.
Oh, okay,
but
that's very surreal.
It's weird because it looks like the roof's going to cave in any second, but then you walk in and the roof looks like it's going to cave in any second.
Terrifying. Well, I can actually dox where my exact flea market is because my city's already public. So I go to the Raleigh Market. It is a absolutely stunning flea market. They do it every weekend at the Raleigh Fairgrounds. It is lovely. If any of you are in the North Carolina area, I highly recommend it. It is massive. It is freaking huge. If you go to the flea market on a nice day, you can expect to see probably like 200, maybe 300 sellers. There's just a massive amount of people there every weekend.
I wonder how far that is from me. I'm in South Texas, so I wonder.
Oh, that's very far.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Fresman and Planet Clue collab at last by meeting up at the flea market. I would do it. That sounds fun. Unironically, I would do that.
I have this image in my head, like, where is he? And you just see a masked man in the distance kind of pawing through PS2 games.
Hi. People will be like, are you a YouTuber? I don't, who's asking?
No, I'm just like this.
You'd think that would have happened to me by now, but that actually has not happened. The only time that I've been recognized in public was at MagFest. I got recognized by an unbelievable amount of people at MagFest. But like that's like the exact demographic of people that would recognize me are people that like music and video games and are kind of like young and hyper internet, like chronic internet people are the people that go to MagFest. So it made sense that I got recognized so much there. And there were so many funny interactions like after I went home. Like there were people that would like find Twitter posts from like, I don't use that site, but there were some people in my Discord that like would find Twitter posts of people taking selfies with me. Be like, hey, it was cool to meet you at Mag. I was really, and it was so funny because like probably I would say like half of the time that I was at Mag, I was drunk. And so I would have people being like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm really drunk, but I want to take a selfie with you. And then later on it would be like, hey, I found this photo on my phone later from when I, like it's like a secondhand account. Like, yeah, I was really drunk when I met you, so I don't remember it, but it was cool to meet you, I guess.
I met you at MagFest last year. Don't you remember? No.
Well, no, I wouldn't be saying that. I'm saying this is from the perspective of the other person taking the selfie. Like, I found this on my phone the next day type deal. Because MagFest, look, if you haven't been to MagFest, it's mostly music festival. Like, people are kind of getting lit there. So, like, it's really not uncommon for, like, everyone at that event to be under the influence of something.
So I had a smaller thing occur where I was not recognized in public, but out of everybody, my manager at my job said a phrase that I say consistently on my channel, and it almost it freaked me the hell out, because like I call the folks at home, I call them party people.
You're saying like you refer to your audience as party people? That's pretty cute.
Yeah, how's it going, party people?
What do I call my audience? Oh, I call them space cadets.
Yeah, but they walked in and they said, "How's it going, party people?" I'm like, what?
I mean, space cadets is also a common phrase that I've sort of co-opted. You can say the same thing for party people. I like that. That's a fun one.
I kind of keep my channel close to the vest. I don't let very many people know who I am.
What are you doing? Are you
of-
being naughty over there? What are you doing? What are you doing that you got to keep secret?
I just like my privacy.
No, that's totally that's very reasonable, especially in this day and age. Like, a lot of my privacy has been sacrificed just by the nature of the thing, like being a semi-public figure. Like, that's just how it is.
But I remember like turning to my manager and I go, I didn't say like, did you find my channel? If I remember, I just quietly asked like, did you find it? Like,
Probably not, right?
yeah, they're like, find what? I'm like, okay.
Would that be weird for you?
That is my ultimate nightmare. Like, if I'm
Goodness.
Well, however, it's not that I don't want to be recognized or anything like that, but I like the coyness of being like, no, I don't know who Fresman is. That's
What did
crazy.
you say? Did you say coyness? What's that?
Like being coy.
Oh, coyness. I saw. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But like, I actually need to follow up with them. But there is a paranormal investigator in our town that me and my partner have met in person. We've talked to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And my partner goes, you should set up an interview with them because they put their stuff on YouTube. And you go, sure. And I messaged them on my Fresman account, and they don't know that I have a YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, hey, are you excited for, we should do an interview this Sunday and da 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 da. And then we'll like go to the coffee shop where they hang out, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm pulling a Clark Kent.
Yeah, you're like, all right, you don't know what's going on behind the curtain, all right?
Well, if I remember, I did eventually like give it away because they would have to meet me in person for the interview, and I didn't like, hey, I happen to be this guy that you're talking to. I just went, are you excited for our interview on Sunday? And I see their eyes like light up like, you. Just like, don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself. Keep it. Please don't point at me specifically. Don't. Hey man, I like wearing a mask.
Yeah, I mean, well, also like that's a pretty common like tactic right now, specifically for like YouTubers to like make their whole persona a character, like not even for the sake of having it be an entertaining thing, but also, but like mainly as a privacy thing. I think it's totally fine. There's also this like whole sub community of people that will like, dubious politics aside, there are some people that will use like AI to like change their voice, like how it sounds, like for privacy reasons. Like I think that's totally fine. As long as the person that made the voice bank was consenting, I don't really have a problem with that. I think it's a pretty decent idea. Because that way you get to like use your voice, but also you don't have to out yourself. That's totally fair. I think that should be the right of the people.
Yeah. That, and like, I think I have a theory on the psychological use of my mask, that it's easier for people to open up to a expressionless face than it is to open up to like staring at my actual face.
I just imagine you wearing a fursuit. I just imagine like you having people talk to you through like a fursuit mask. You have that smiling face, so smiling like dog face with the tongue out.
Yeah, no, I had a rough time in kindergarten staring into the unblinking eyes.
Why are you talking about kindergarten to a furry?
just opening up about your past, and you're like, I don't know why I'm telling you this, man, but
it's like telling it to Santa Claus where you're sitting on his knee. Santa, something bad happened to me in kindergarten.
Can I have a fire truck for Christmas?
I want a. Why did my brain say I want a blue stop sign? That's an Undertale reference, just out of nowhere. I want a blue stop sign.
Can I get a 1-to-1 scale replica of Asgore, please?
like a gigantic like wax figure.
Or a full like fur-suited mannequin.
I want the Asgore fursuit.
I have to wear stilts to wear it, but
I guess he is really huge. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Speaking of Undertale, I have intentionally not played Deltarune. I've been avoiding it for 10 years because Undertale literally meant so much to me. Like you have no idea how much Undertale changed me. I was very, very influenced by that game, like emotionally. And I loved it so much that when Deltarune Chapter 1 came out, I was like, no, I'm waiting until it's finished. I refuse to play this until it's finished. And I've managed to avoid like most of the spoilers. Like I've avoided like 99% of Deltarune. The only thing I've seen is like art of the characters, but like they don't mean anything to me. And I know like their names just through osmosis, but
yeah.
Aside from that, that's literally all that I know. And I know that they packaged up a bunch of the chapters and put them on Steam, and I still haven't played them. I need to make the time and do it.
I have a confession to make. I have played Undertale. I have not finished it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty short. You can clear it in like 3 hours.
If I recall, I got pretty far. If I remember, I'm at like the second Undyne fight, I think it is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But
well, whenever you get around to it, I hope you like it. It's a cool game. It's really unique.
My partner keeps yelling at me to finish it, and I'm like, I'll get around to it, and then
yeah, I get you. I mean, it's whatever. You know, you'll be in the mood for it, and then it's not like we got a lot of time left on this earth. We got time. We'll figure it out. That's kind of the thing. Like, I whenever a new game comes out, there's like a thing, like a nagging thing in my head, like you gotta play it right now while it's new and fresh and exciting. And a lot of the time, when I do that, when I like chase a game that's new, I'll just not be in the mood for it at that exact moment. And it's like, I don't care that it's new. It's not what I'm in the mood for right now. And so I'll just put it down. That's what happened with Oblivion Remastered. I played it for a couple hours and I was like, man, this is sick. If I was in the mood for an RPG right now, I would eat this up, but I'm so not. And so I just moved on. And I was like, all right, the day will come. The day will come when I play the absolute hell out of Oblivion Remastered. But today is not that day. And that's fine. Like, that's totally fine to just, like, put it down. Because, like, there's this weird thing with gaming where, like, people feel so pressured to play whatever new releases out there. It's like, dude, you have, like, 40 years of video games that you haven't played. You don't need to play the one that came out last week. Play the one that came out 20 years ago that's probably better than whatever $80 you're about to spend.
Have you... Okay, so years back, a buddy of mine, he called me out perfectly with this. Have you ever played the game Ricochet?
The Valve game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played it. It's the platformer.
So, my buddy, I made the mistake of telling him about it, and he, like, I'm a big, like, Half-Life
Oh yeah,
nerd.
brother, that's what's up. I actually just today I bought the Half-Life 2 Game of the Year CD-ROM set. Like literally earlier today. What are the odds on that?
Dude, funny enough, I actually recently found a physical in-box copy of Half-Life 2.
Yeah, I have it. It's on my shelf right there. I have the one with Gordon's face on it.
Mine has, I think, G-Man's. Hold on.
Yeah, that rules.
Yeah, G-Man.
Yeah, there were a bunch of different variants. You get one that had Alex on it as well. I have the Gordon one, which is the coolest one.
It's the canon one.
So yeah, eat it. I have the cooler one. I have the cooler box. No, I'm really grateful for that. My dad got it back in like 2005 as a white elephant gift, and he was like, I don't really care about video games, and so he gave it to me. And then that changed my whole life because it got me into Valve, and then that got me into Counter-Strike, and that got me into Portal, and that got me into TF2, and now TF2 is my favorite game ever.
I also hold in my hand a physical copy of the original Half-Life.
Yep. I have the Game of the Year one on CD-ROM as well. I love Half-Life. It's so good. I don't have the original one. I only have the Game of the Year one though.
I have the original.
That's cool.
I happened to bump into it in a thrift store, and I am an addict for deals. Like,
I'm a coupon clipper. What can I say?
not even that. It's if I walk into a thrift store and they are selling something I desperately want or is really hard to find, but they
Yeah.
put it for like $5 because they don't know that it should be more, it's like heroin, dude.
Dude, same. I'm completely addicted to collecting CD-ROMs. That's why I keep making videos about them. It's because I went today, and I got a copy of Monsters Incorporated Pinball Panic for CD-ROM that released in the early 2000s. I also got Microsoft Combat Flight Simulator World War II today. I also got what else did the other day, I got a completely authentic copy of Office XP with the manual and everything. I was like, and it has the holographic disc, dude. And I paid it for like I got like $2. And today, here's the thing, all that I got for like, it was BOGO today. They had BOGO CD-ROMs, and so I was like, it just makes me turn into the pufferfish.
I
love all that.
I was in this thrift store with my partner, and they have like this copy and the Half-Life 2 in the box, and they're like,
Bro, that's hot.
Yeah.
I would
And they're
not be
like,
walking
yeah,
out of there without that.
Well, they're like, oh yeah, it's like $250. I'm like, you okay?
No, exactly. Dude, PC CD-ROMs are like the cheapest thing to collect right now. I swear to God, I pay like $1 per CD-ROM, and I have like 50 of them, and I don't even have to feel bad about it, because that's like 2 meals. You know what I mean? Like, if you go to have a nice meal, $25, right? All right, 2 meals, and I get an entire CD-ROM collection. It's like, it's not about the money.
For me, it's like, I don't know why my brain can always justify a purchase if it's like $5 to $10. Like,
I mean, depends on what it is, but yeah, collectibles and stuff is generally pretty safe bet if it's like that cheap. Yeah, I agree.
well,
The
no,
thing is,
if
like,
I can-
the worst thing, I bet you agree about the worst thing, which is when people get cocky and you go to the flea market and they like look up eBay prices clearly, and it like everything's way too much. And I'm like, all right, I get it. You searched everything on eBay before pricing your stuff. Good for you. All you've earned is me never buying from you.
yeah, I want $30 for this scratched disc of Windows ME.
I would
but
do
it's
that.
out
I
of-
would do it.
But it's out of the case, and I've skipped it across this concrete
Okay,
floor.
I would not do it. Even if it was a little scratched, I would do it. If it was like thrown, I wouldn't do it.
That's I've run into that a little bit too, but like whenever it's like my main place to hunt is Goodwill, because in the Goodwills that I go to, they do not sort the game CD-ROMs from the regular music discs.
Yep.
And so you know how CD-ROMs specifically have that kind of that really specific font to it?
Yeah, and I've gotten good at spotting it. I know exactly what you mean, because it's the same exact thing with my local thrift store.
I do that all the time, and I feel like such a weirdo because like
Yeah. But I always find something every time I walk
Right?
out of there with something. I always find something.
like
But
like
and
I'm
the funny thing
holding-
is, do you do the same thing? There's like a copy of, at my local thrift store, there's a copy of The Sims 2 University, but it only has disc 2, and so I've just left it there. And so I'm like, all right, there's The Sims 2 University that only has the disc 2. I'm gonna leave that there for somebody else.
if it's like partial thing, absolutely not. And then I find things like I'm holding it in my hand right now, the music of Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Oh, dude, that's sick. That is such a cool find. I have a bunch of Command and Conquer stuff.
Oh no, I looked at the year that it was released.
I would guess
I'm
like
an
99,
asshole. No.
96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm as old as this thing. No. By the way,
I have a buddy that's way into Command and Conquer, so I've gotten a bunch of earfuls about it. It's an interesting series. It's pretty hard though. I'm no good at strategy games.
same here. I tried, was it like Star Wars Empire at War, and I just got stomped into the dirt.
Yeah, makes sense. There's a lot of cool Star Wars games from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Battlefront 2 is so much fun, like even now. Like the 2002 one. Or was it 2003?
Right.
Somewhere around there. That game is awesome.
Did you see the what's it called, the Game Ranger thing that they did like years back? I don't think Game Ranger's around anymore.
I'm Googling it now. I don't know what that is.
So Game Ranger was a service. So the original servers were on GameSpy,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah.
Game Ranger tricks like your PC into thinking you're making a LAN connection, and you can open rooms with people and have like make
Oh.
your own, essentially your own dedicated server.
So I'm reading about that now, actually. I see what you're saying. Like Game Ranger used to like fool the game into thinking it was LAN, but as of 4 years ago, the 2005 Star Wars Battlefront 2 game got an official update to restore the master server and therefore online play. So you can just play online play legit now, which is really neat.
Did you see how high that player count can go?
What player count in Battlefront 2?
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
it got up to like 60 versus 60, so 120
Oh my
total
God.
players.
That is crazy. So, yeah, I don't know basically anything about Star Wars. I haven't really like I've watched the movies. It doesn't really like it's I'm kind of on Star Wars, but I do like some of the games. Like I like Battlefront 2, and I like Lego Star Wars and stuff like that. But yeah, because I'll occasionally I'll drop like Battlefront 2 is pretty cool, and people are like, oh, did you see this in that movie, or what do you think of this and that politics regarding the movies? I'm like, I don't know about the movies. Sorry.
I'm just here for the fun.
Yeah, that's a good perspective to have.
I will say, not much feels better than you and 60 other stormtroopers just running for your lives.
Yeah, I mess with that. That's fun. I like games like I like massively multiplayer. I think that's so cool. Like something about like even something as simple as Webkins doing something massive like that, like having 30 people in a room is really cool.
Webkins. I've been. I used to collect those when I was younger, and you ever have that, like, I guess the term would be like digital sympathy? Like, I wonder what my webcams are doing now.
Well, they're probably gone now. Like I tried to dig up my old account from 2005 and it's completely and totally gone. I tried everything. I contacted the support and they couldn't find it. So my old account's just completely lost, which sucks because I had like 40 webcams. I had so many of those things. I would have loved to still have that account, but it is totally gone.
Which one was your favorite?
Well, it was the green spotted frog, I think it was called. Let me see. So we can find. Yep, I remembered it exactly right. It is the green spotted frog. Let me send you an image of that. It's so cute. I love the bright color and like the way the pattern is so nice. I love it. I think it's such a great design. I love frogs.
Mine was just the panda.
You know I never liked the wiry hair on the Lilkins plushes. Those always looked weird to me.
Oh no, I get that. I just like I'm a big pandas are my favorite animal.
Like yeah, that's valid. I posted a picture of the Lilkins as well. They have this really wiry hair. I never liked the look of.
Yeah.
But they're so cute. Anyway,
we need to bring back Ripkins.
we are at a standstill.
Now, you ever play Fusion Fall?
I actually, it's funny. I actually get that question a lot. Like especially because I talk about like kids MMO stuff. People really want me to cover Fusion Fall. The reason, so to answer your question, no, I didn't. It was a little too late for me. I was already too old for it by the time it was around. Because that was what, like 2007, 2008?
Yeah.
When was that from? Let me see. Oh yeah, that thing released in 2009. I was already like, I was 10 years old. I was like playing Steam games by that point. I was like, I'm over this. But I think that's really interesting that like there's still like a massive like a restoration community. I had somebody drop into my DMs maybe 3 years ago of somebody being like, hey, by the way, since you talk about kids MMO stuff, don't ever talk about Fusion Fall. And I was like, why? And they're like, oh, because the Fusion Fall like restoration community is like literally the most toxic thing in the entire world, and like you will probably get doxxed if you try researching about it. And then they gave me like a detailed, it was like probably 20 paragraphs. I'm not even kidding. It was a massive warning being like, hey, avoid all these people because they're insane and toxic and will ruin your life if you talk about their thing or engage with them at all. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. You've successfully fear-mongered me out of researching this topic, so I'm going to not.
And by that extension, you have talked me out of looking into it too.
It was really scary. And so, I mean, who knows if that's even still the case now, but I mean, you can't like live in fear of like journalistic integrity. Like if I wanted to talk about it, I would talk about it. Nothing would stop me. But,
But
I've been through a lot
so
worse. Like, look, I got harassed a lot for doing the Beat Mania video. I get harassed a lot for random shit. Like, I'm not gonna get too much into that, but I don't know. I'm not really in fear of that anymore. I don't really care. I'll be fine. I know how to be an adult and live my life. So if I wanted to talk about Fusion Fall, I would. Anyway, that's all I really had to say about that. I don't know much about it, but did you have something you wanted to mention about it?
I was gonna say, are you not living in fear of the repercussions of your plug and play videos?
The repercussions. What repercussions? So there was a thing about like people were upset with me that I made like a penis joke with the Spider-Man one, but like what else am I supposed to do with it?
Are you gonna receive a cease and desist for using the SpongeBob plug and play?
Yeah, I got a content ID takedown from Viacom for violating their IP rights. That would be so funny. Imagine if Nickelodeon started taking down like Let's Plays of like Battle for Bikini Bottom and stuff. That would be ridiculous. I don't think that's ever happened. Like legally they could, but I don't think anybody has. You know, like let's say like Nintendo. Nintendo has all of the right to like take down Let's Plays of Nintendo stuff, but they don't. And I think that's really interesting. I mean, they take down literally everything else ever, but they leave Let's Plays.
Yeah, so didn't they take down like a bunch of fan content?
Yeah, they took down like fan games and stuff, which is like really lame. But they took down like kids like itch.io games, like games not for games for kids, games made by kids, like following YouTube tutorials. It's like really that's you're gonna take down like the lowest hanging fruit possible? Are you serious?
That's the biggest threat right now.
Yeah, but really, that's what's stopping people from buying $80 Nintendo games. Oh, people made fun of me for buying a Switch 2, like because it's not because I like bought it to use it, but I bought it for preservation's sake. Like I bought it to update it to the first like the launch firmware and then put it in a box, but I keep forgetting to put it away. So it's just on my desk, and so people were like, "Why'd you buy a Switch 2?" It's like, no, I didn't buy it to use it. I bought it to update it to the day one firmware, and then put it away, and then leave it on a shelf until it gets modded, and then I'll bust it out.
Then I'll make something shiny and new.
Yeah, but like because the Switch 2 has become like it's kind of interesting how like owning a Switch 2 has become like owning a Tesla, where people are like the people that buy Switch 2s are rich douches, and they're usually right, but so like whenever people see a Switch 2 like in a video, they're like, you corporate simp, how dare you?
You shill.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, no, it ain't like that. I'm actually, in fact, quite the opposite. I am waiting until it is modded, and then I will mod it. I feel like that's a very reasonable take to have about it, which is the most nihilist take. Which is that, hey, don't worry, I'm not buying Nintendo games. I'm waiting until I can pirate them, like a normal person.
Now, I've noticed some of your preservation videos, and also you've mentioned before that you archive, or I should say dump files into an archive.
Totally.
Pretty consistently. How do you feel about repurposing old hardware instead of software?
You're saying like, bringing new life to like an old PC, or what do you mean?
Like you find something that hasn't been in circulation for, let's say 20 years, but you know that you can take it home and force it to become something else while still maintaining the integrity of the original parts.
You're saying like making an Xbox 360 run Linux? Is that what you mean?
Sure. Or making it function with Linux.
I think that any instance of using a thing you've got instead of buying a new thing is good. I think that's better for the world as a whole. To recycle. That's the old phrase. Reduce, reuse, recycle, reuse. That's important. That's the important part.
So, are you familiar with Zoom text keyboards?
Zoom text. Let me Google it.
They're the ones with the yellow keys.
Oh yeah. I actually saw one of those at the flea market, or the thrift store, and I regret not getting it because it was gone the next time I went.
So,
those are cool.
I have one.
Yeah, they're really neat, aren't they? They're really unique looking.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't buy it for the novelty. It wasn't like, oh, this will be a fun thing I can have in my house. It is my daily driver keyboard.
I felt like the switches would feel really cheap or something.
It
Well,
Okay,
it does,
so
but
yeah. Well, the thing is, the one that I have isn't the newer ones where they have like the giant flat keys. It's the one from like the 90s, early 2000s with like the regular kind of office key membrane.
okay, so like the rubber dome switches.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know what? Feels pretty damn good when you're typing.
I don't know if I'd game on it. I'd like gaming on a mechanical. I like knowing that when I bottom out a key, it's guaranteed to happen.
I like I've played so many games with this thing.
Dude, that's your prerogative. That's allowed. I used to play on like crappy ass keyboards back in the day, back before I had anything better. That's fine.
And there's a mouse that I missed out on buying years back that I know for a fact I would have forced to be my daily driver mouse, and it's just not the case. It was one of those Crayola mice.
I would so daily drive something like that now.
And well, what's funny is you look at my desk and it's a fucking okay.
Is it a water mouse or is it a glowing mouse?
It's one of those water ones.
Because I saw the water one. Dude, that looks so cool. Do you put visuals on screen? Because I'm sending you visuals to put on screen. Because
I will now.
Damn, that's cool.
And that's
Look
the
how
exact
cool
one,
that is,
too.
dude. That rules.
But the thing is, at the time, it was before I had jumped head on into like computer repair and all this, and so I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's neat, and put it back on the shelf, and then not like 6 months later, I'm
Oh
like, God
man,
damn it!
no, that would be an instant pickup for me. I love water mice. They're so cool.
I'm also in the process of fixing up a. Okay, I need you to bear with me here.
Listen. Whatever you're gonna say, I've heard a lot worse. Go for it.
So I am a fan of taking controllers that are not meant for certain games and then playing those games that it's not meant for.
Totally. I have a goofy ass Wii bowling ball that's like a gigantic bowling ball, and it has like all the Wii remote controls on it. I'm trying to figure out what game I should play with it, like because I want to do like a beating Dark Souls with a bowling ball type deal, but I hate Dark Souls.
Doom.
Well, I don't actually hate Dark Souls. I just don't really like it. I'm trying to find a game that I would beat with that. What's yours? What's your plan?
Doom with the bowling ball.
Oh, that's a great idea. But look, this is the photo of it. this is the exact thing. I'm sending it to you now. Give me a second.
Throw a strike through hell.
This is exactly what I got. I found this at The Grid, which is a lovely video game focused Goodwill.
I need to get one of those. Oh my god.
I have one, and I'm gonna. I was thinking, like, should I beat like Minecraft with it or something? Doom makes sense though. Like that one actually works.
Like it doesn't even have to be 2016 or Eternal. I'm talking 93.
No, that's fair. That's what I imagined. And the thing is, I can use the I can just connect it via Bluetooth. Like the Wii remote is in there, but all the controls, if you connect them through Bluetooth and then like just adapt it to like an Xbox 360 controller, you can probably just plug that into whatever game you want.
You have to swing to shoot.
Oh, I was thinking a button would shoot, but I kind of like the idea of using the motion. I wonder if I could figure that out.
Either that or the swing to walk.
Swing, just roll it around on the floor to walk around. You could do that. You could genuinely do that if you like put both feet on it, just like sit in a chair and put your feet on the ball, and then use the motion controls from the Wii remote and just bind like walking to a rotation axis, and then it would just work like a joystick. That is you are putting insane ideas in my brain right now.
you can steal it, dude. You can have that.
All yours.
You just give me credit. That's all I ask. But I used to do this thing years ago, and I plan to bring it back, but I need to rebuild my catalog of shitty controllers. I used to do a thing called the non-standard controller challenge.
This is so funny because me and Jessica did this exact thing literally a decade ago. I have the footage. It was called Stupid Smash Brothers, and the idea was every time a one of us would die, we would have to downgrade to a controller with less buttons on it. And so eventually it got to the point where like I was using the winner would have to downgrade to a worse controller with less buttons on it. And it got to the point where we were going to like the Dreamcast, we were going down to like the Atari 2600 controllers. We were using like just one keyboard key. Like it was like so stupid. So I love this idea because I've done something very similar.
So one controller I've been trying to hunt down. I should mention in the past I've played Prince of Persia with a PlayStation 2 fight stick.
That sounds fine.
And I should mention not 2D Prince of Persia, Two Thrones for the GameCube.
Oh, that's a little harder.
I also beat Marvel vs. Capcom 3's arcade mode with a Cabela's shotgun controller.
Okay.
Throwing combos by pulling a trigger.
Okay.
But I've recently, this has come into my possession. I've bought a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah, the Tony Hawk Ride thing.
Yeah, the skateboard.
Yeah.
Problem I'm having is I have to take it apart because the contacts that go from the battery enclosure to the board have battery acid on them, which causes a short, which won't let the controller turn on. So the problem is all the screws are under the deck tape.
Oh no! So you have to like cut holes to get to all the screw holes.
So I flat out refuse to do that because it is the most mid-2000s bullshit I've ever seen. So what I'm doing is I'm peeling it off slowly. Like surgically slow, and I plan to hit it with a hairdryer and try to like repaste it.
Okay, that makes sense. But what I would do is just cut, like I would just press with my finger to find where the screw, like actual, what's it called? What do they call the like a plastic spire that's inside of the, I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, the screw posts?
Posts, that's it, yeah. Like, if you just feel it, you can find, like, the edges of the posts, and then you can just cut a little hole, and that wouldn't really affect playability much.
Oh, no. I wanted to keep this thing somehow, some way pristine.
They're not rare. You can get another one.
I know, but I'm stubborn.
I mean, I get that. And you know what? Like, stubborn people, like, you know, you get stuff done. You get projects finished because... you know, you're dedicating time to saving this thing. I meant like if you wanted to have one that works and then one that is pristine, you can have both.
Oh no, I want the best of both worlds.
Fair enough. Repair it, man. Repair it. But like a battery corrosion thing like that. Like if you've watched my videos, you'd know. Like in the V-Smile video, I had to completely throw away a thing. Like look, battery corrosion is not anything new to me. I have repaired many devices that have corroded batteries, and it's interesting because like the ones that I can't save, oh my god, it feels so bad because there are devices that I literally cannot fix. Like it's all dead. All the PCBs are completely done. Like they have been eaten away by the batteries. And so I'm just like, well, I can't do anything to this. And I'm not just going to let this plastic shell sit in my house for the rest of my life. It's got to go. I can't list a broken thing on eBay. It's too niche. Nobody would buy it. So, like, what do I do? So I just bought another one, threw away the one that didn't work.
See, that's where you and I differ because I will sit there and I'm like, I will fucking make this thing work.
So you're going to make a, you know, and people like you are amazing because in theory, you would like make a, you know, get an Arduino and like, you know, build a whole new wiring harness.
PCB away it.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be so cool. They'll just like, you know, look at the traces visibly, like peel apart the layers and just like make a new PCB. Dude, That would be just absolutely filthy. I've seen people that do that. Those guys are wizards.
I like so I'm actually in the middle of doing a project for my brother-in-law. I'm restoring an Xbox 360.
Yeah, I'm doing that too. Actually, I have an Xbox 360 Slim that won't boot, and I don't know why.
Oh no, mine's not the slim. Mine's the original fat.
Yeah, I have my fat dude. I have a fat that works perfectly. I've had it for like 7 years. It is a faithful beast. I love that thing, and my slim doesn't work. My slim broke, and my fat works great.
So
I have the white one.
So the fat one I've been working on for a while, and the thing is, it was missing a bunch of parts, like the front, like the front faceplate and all this. It was a hand-me-down that then got handed down to me, essentially.
Okay.
And I, through going to the flea market that I mentioned before, and Goodwill and different video game stores, I've been able to cobble together the outer shell parts.
Okay.
And it's almost there. I just have to clean the front panel, like the front faceplate, and then I also need to clean out the disk drive because the disk drive, while it opens, won't read anything.
Okay.
Or it'll try. It'll spin up. I can hear it spin up, but it's just like, nope, can't read format. And I refuse to give up on this thing. It's probably going to just turn into me giving it CPR.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. Thankfully, Xbox 360s are pretty resilient. If you can fix, I mean, I know that sounds ironic considering the red ring thing, but like I'm saying, if you are willing to repair it, you can make it very resilient, and that's really cool.
It's a whole thing. Also, okay, I had to hunt down the proprietary. It's one of those ones that has the proprietary power supply.
I think they all have proprietary power supplies.
Well, like there's like the first generation model and the second generation model. While they look the same, like the actual console, the plugs are different, but just slightly. They're the same shape and everything. They look damn near identical, but there's like a little divider that prevents one from getting plugged into the other. And the first gen Xbox 360 power supply brick has a similar plug that you would put into like a PC power supply. Those, the pentagonal, what's it called? Like the fucking trapezoid, shape, right?
Sure. It's got like it's like a half octagon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the problem is, for some reason, those first generation Xboxes, that plug is proprietary because it has a divot cut out of it to go into the brick.
Okay.
And my partner made a good case for, you could just cut a divot into a cable that matches that, but I'm stubborn, so I went and found a guy that had one.
Okay.
I have put too much money into this thing, and I'm being paid roughly $40 for it.
Okay, well maybe don't be that stubborn to the point that you're like, suffering for it.
But that's the fun part.
All right.
Or the term I've been using throughout this entire thing is, I need it to hurt.
Okay, I mean, if you get masochistic pleasure from restoring old things, hey, it's not hurting anybody except for yourself, so.
I'm the only one bleeding here.
Yeah, I'm the only one hurting for it.
I don't know why I do these things to myself. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Now, what are your plans for the future of your channel? I know you mentioned you're currently working on that DDR machine that you had in the corner there, but what all do you have planned coming up, if you're willing to share?
So yeah, I can share it. So I mean, a lot of this is already public to like patrons and stuff. I mean, not public. It's not public to the public. It is out for patrons, which $1 gets you everything. So if anybody wants to be like, you know, making fun of me for locking things behind a paywall, it's $1. Literally $1 gets you everything. So I don't want to hear nothing. Anyway, so the couple videos that I have planned, I mentioned the Hasbro Ion. That's up there. I also have I played too many E games on the E machine, and now I'm E exhausted, which I'm thinking of changing to E tired, because I think E tired is funnier than E exhausted. Because like if you look at it like visually, it's E capital X exhausted, but I feel like E tired is funnier. Which is I have tracked down. All right, so I'll just give the short version, which is E machines were these old budget computers from like the late 90s and early 2000s. They made like, you know, full-size PC towers. They would include everything in the box. They would have a keyboard and a mouse, a monitor, crappy speakers, all that stuff, right? And the idea was they were trying to sell these computers at, you know, at a very low price point so that dad has something to check his email with, right? But occasionally they would throw in compilation discs of video games from a company called RomTech that later renamed to E Games because of this collaboration with E Machines being so profitable. So anyway, so I tracked down every E Games compilation disc from like 1995 to 2005, and I was going to play literally everything on the E Machine, right? Like playing every E game on the E Machine. So that's something that's probably happening. We'll see. It might be a way too big of a project, because once I actually got like a list of compilation discs, it was like there's like 70 of them, and it's like that would take me a very long time. And especially after I just released an hour and a half long video about Wii Homebrew, I think I want to do a little bit smaller scale of a project than that, because Jesus Christ, that's so much content for me to make. If we can just talk about so many, because think about it, like one disc is going to have like 40 games on it. And so I'm like, I am just going to be working on this for the rest of my life. So I got to rework that to figure out what I want the scope to be. Maybe I'll just play like the most iconic ones, or maybe I'll scrub through and just play ones that seem interesting.
Or just pull a roulette wheel and you're like, all right, the wheel picked this and this.
Yeah. All right, I'm playing this one. If I flip a coin, I play this. If I don't, then if I get tails, then I don't play it. I don't know. I'll figure something out.
I have this image in my head of like a quick flash like montage of all the games where you're not even like, there's this game and this game, but it's just like sucks, pretty good, sucks.
Well, that's not even how I interpret video games, you know? Like, I'm not really like is this game good or bad type of person. I'm like, what kind of itch does this scratch kind of game? So, and that's, by the way, people have been so blindsided by that. The fact that I don't really go by good or bad terminology. You know, people are like, wow, it's kind of weird how positive you are about all this stuff. It's like, why wouldn't I be? These are made by junior developers that are trying their best. Why would I be like, this game stinks? And I think that a lot of that's really cool. Like, that was made with a $0 budget out of pure passion. Why would I shit on it? I'm not going to do that. I just refuse.
The unpaid intern working out of his closet deserves some love too.
Absolutely. We all started there. Like all my, you know, that's like people that I would make friends with. Like people that if there's somebody out there making Wii Homebrew now, that's friendcore. They are friend shaped, and I will be friends with them.
You will be friends.
You will be friends with me. Points my toy gun at them. You will be friends with me, won't you? No, but no, I don't know. Like when it comes to game stuff, like I almost instantly, like without even thinking about it, I will like. Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, cut this out, editor.
It's me. I'm the editor.
Editor, can we cut this out? Oh man, back me up. What was I saying? I totally lost it. What was it?
Well, you're talking about making friends.
No. I was about how I don't use good and bad terminology for games.
Yeah.
And about how, like, you know, every game that I engage with is to scratch a particular itch. Like if I'm in the mood for like virtual pet stuff, I'll be like, oh, this is awesome. And then other times where I'm like, where I'm kind of not really in the mood for virtual pet stuff, and I engage with it, and I'm just like, this is boring. Nothing's happening. I want some action. That kind of thing. And I think that everyone is in a current state of like games fulfilling a need. And so like when people were like Sonic 06 sucks, Sonic 06 for Xbox, that game's terrible. It's like, whose opinion are you sharing? In what state of mind was that person? You know, I think there's always an opportunity for people to circle around to old art, to chase something that they find interesting. Like all in the, you know, everything's fair in the name of nostalgia, for example, right? Like it doesn't matter how good the games you played as a kid were. It's still exciting to go back to them because like you're reawakening a part of yourself and what you felt like at the time. And even that scratches a particular itch in itself. So yeah, I do lean positive when it comes to like talking about game stuff. So like when it comes to like e-games and like going through the compilation discs, I would want to say more than just if it's good or bad, because that doesn't really mean anything. I don't know what it means. When a YouTuber's like, oh, this game sucks, I'm like, I don't really know what that means because I don't know you. I haven't built up a portfolio of what games you like and what you don't. So I don't really know what that means when somebody, especially a YouTuber that I don't know, when they're like, yeah, this kind of stinks. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I'd probably like it.
Well, like, personally, I don't like how certain reviewers use, like, number rankings.
I think that's kind of fun. I don't think it's like good journalism, but I think it's fun to do. It's fun to give stuff artificial number rankings.
Well, like, a lot
or not
of times
artificial. Yeah. Sorry, I used the wrong word. I meant to say the arbitrary number rankings.
I get how it can be useful, but, like, I feel like a lot of the times it gives this sort of whiplash where, like, say somebody reviews a movie and it's like, I really enjoyed the cinematography, the music, the acting, everybody did a really good job on this film. 5 out of 10. It's like, what? What? But what at least the vernacular that I've started using is, I got what I wanted out of it.
Totally. But also, instead of saying that game sucks, you just say, I don't know, I wasn't in the mood for it at the time, or it wasn't for me. It is so easy to just say, it's not for me, but I'm glad people like it. That's so easy to do, and so many like people online like that are participating in discourse refuse to be anything but absolutist, and I just hate that like style of YouTube stuff. It's really frustrating.
I hate you and the games you like.
Right, I know, right? Like, why does it have to be like, bro, it's just a game. Don't got to take it that serious. It's all good. We're all just trying to have fun here.
Well, like, I try to avoid confrontation in my real life, but sometimes the nerd rage is a little too strong.
I actually know exactly what you mean, because there's some games that like infuriate me so much that I'm like, how could anyone like this?
So I was standing in a Best Buy and I was discussing Death Stranding with one of the guys that worked in the computer section.
Okay, so before anything, I totally fuck with Death Stranding. I think that's so cool. Go on.
I love Death Stranding.
Okay, good. We're on the same page then. That game is so cool. It is such a great idea and a weird execution, and I don't even know how they came up with it. It's so strange.
And so this guy is like, well, Death Stranding kind of sucks. It's just kind of a walking simulator. You're doing deliveries. And normally I'd be like, yeah, I get it. But for some reason that day just couldn't take it. I'm like, but that's what I wanted.
Okay, the thing is, like, people love, like, I'm talking regular people. Like, your dad probably likes incremental games. Like, Cookie Clicker is universally liked. Death Stranding is an incremental upgrade game. That's what it is, and it's good at that. It's really good at doing that.
It also does a really good job at unlocking paternal instinct, at least for me.
Paternal? What are you paternal of your packages?
No, the baby.
Oh. No, that makes sense. That's a whole element of it.
No, what I'm saying is, before I played that game, I had no paternal instinct. And then the second that cutscene happens where like Igor shoves the pod into your arms...
Do we need a spoiler warning for people?
Not the second game. The first one. Okay, I haven't played the second one.
I didn't even know there was a second one. What a fan I am.
The second one came out like a month or two ago, and
it's that recent. I didn't even know.
It's not on PC yet. I can't fucking play it.
Is it on PS4 or only PS5?
Only PS5 right now.
Oh, well, who cares? No one's gonna play it. No one has a PS5.
I want to, so I don't have a PS5. But,
I don't have one either.
But But no, the minute that pod gets in your hands, I'm like, oh, I will do anything to protect this baby.
I would protect the child.
I want you to know I am damn good at my job because I beat that entire game without dying once.
What, Death Stranding 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I have watched it from a distance. I need to actually play it because I bought it on Steam. I still haven't had time.
I haven't so much as been touched by a BT the first time I played that game.
That's badass, bro.
And the thing is, like, I didn't record it because I had it on PS4. And
Also, it's a really long game, isn't it? It's really long.
Yeah.
Isn't it like
But
16 hours long or something? Like, it's pretty long. Let me look it up.
Although I am currently trying to 100% it.
Oh my god. Okay, main story is 30 to 50 hours. My god. That is very long. That's actually way longer than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's totally the kind of game that I would like. I've looked at a bunch of studies about it, and it is so esoteric and weird, and it seems like a game that I would like. And so I bought it on Steam, but I just haven't had the chance to play it yet.
I highly recommend.
Yeah, of course. Like, I like it from a distance. It is solely a matter of that I'm very busy.
Oh, no, I get that. But it was one of those, Death Stranding is one of those games where it's like, I will never give it a blank out of 10. It's like, I got precisely what I wanted out of it, and that's enough.
I think that, like, okay, the instance that I can think of like, I started doing number ranking out of 10, that formula, with my new series that I have literally one episode out now of snack shorts. I feel like food stuffs, it's a different story in regards to the number ranking. Because they're shorts and because you're anticipated to watch a bunch of them, you can sort of build this portfolio of like, oh, this person feels this way about these kinds of foods, right? And so if I'm giving something like a 4 out of 10 and you have an idea of like the rankings that I've given before that, then it starts to piece together a bigger puzzle. I think for gaming it's a bit different, but for food it's a bit more consistent. I think for I think doing a piece of art with like a score doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, for foodstuffs I think that's more fair.
And also with so I'm a big dork for superhero movies. I love superheroes. I like comic books.
The classic kind of nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I used to like comics when I was a kid. I'm trying to circle back around on it, but I was reading like the funnies. I wasn't reading like superhero stuff.
I also used to collect the Sunday Funny papers.
That rules. I collect magazines. That's what I like to collect right now. I collect magazines and CD-ROMs. Oh, and DVDs. I actually just recently started a DVD collection. You'd think I would have had one already, but I have a very small DVD collection. I have like maybe 12 of them. I had a ton of Blu-ray though. Sorry, I could interrupt you.
Oh no, you're good. I used to collect Mad Magazine.
That's a cool one to collect. Mad Magazine is like really interesting as a piece of satire. I actually have a scrapped video about it. Back in 2022 or 2023, I wrote this gigantic video about Mad and then didn't release it. I didn't end up finishing it because I got like maybe 70% through writing the script, and then I looked it up on YouTube and I saw that there were like 1,000 different documentaries about Mad on YouTube that were way better than what I was writing, and I was like, forget it. That like topic was so covered that I was like, I don't really care. I'm over it.
Well, that's a problem I've been running into lately because I want to make like sort of exploratory essay videos, but even if it's a niche topic, I'm like, yeah, probably nobody's talked about this, but then I find a video from like a decade ago that covers something so comprehensively that I'm like, shit, then I can't.
You know, when I made my Cube World video, it was unique because I kept watching a bunch of Cube World videos, and they were all really poorly documented and like poorly researched. And I was like, oh, okay, now's my chance. And so I made my Cube World short that was really well researched and I was really proud of. And then it got like 30 million views. And so I'm like, well, that was worth it. Or something like that. It has like a ridiculous number. It's like an insane number of views on that video.
Well, there's a video I've been trying to. I have a theory on people who play games when they're younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know how there's the idea of like your first memory when you're like the meme is when your sentience kicked in.
Yeah, yeah, I have memories like that. My first game was Mickey's Adventures in Numberland for NES. I played it when I was probably 4, maybe, and I love that game still.
So I have a standing theory that the at least the working title for the video is paying attention in video games, because I'm a firm believer that when you're a kid, like even if you've already gone past that point of you're making memories and you remember playing certain games, you probably didn't pay enough attention to fully understand it. And it's not
That,
like,
yeah,
oh,
because yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Because I played like Mario Sunshine as a kid, and I didn't even realize that game had a story until I was like 12, and it was always in the cutscenes that I just didn't pay attention to. Like it forces you to watch the cutscenes, and I didn't care. It was just a timer ticking down until I could play the game.
well, like growing up, to be fair, I was exposed to games that I was probably not supposed to be playing at that age. But like when I'm like 10 and 12 and I'm playing like Devil May Cry and Metal Gear Solid 3 and Resident Evil, like, yeah. But so Half-Life 2 was the game that sort of opened that door where it went.
You said
from, like,
Half-Life 2?
Yeah. Like, instead of it being like... So, funny enough, I played 2 before I played the first one. And,
I definitely played the first one first.
And what got me... Like, I remember it so vividly, because it wasn't like, I'm just playing a game, haha, mess around. It's like you step off the train, like, oh, shit's happening. Oh, this
Right.
has gone way off the rails.
Right.
And I want so badly to write a video about that, of like these opening moments of like you come to understand something in its totality all of a sudden.
Totally. So I actually know exactly what you mean, because it was the same deal for me when I loved Half-Life 2 like so dearly before I even paid attention to the story. I like only recently when I was going back around and like, so here's the thing, Half-Life 2 was so formative to me that playing it was like, it just became muscle memory, like going through the motions. Like I wouldn't even turn on my brain in order to play like the first few chapters of Half-Life or Half-Life 2. And it was only recently when I circled around and I was playing their re-release of Half-Life 2 that they did, the anniversary edition that has all the new like developer stuff. Was when I actually like really started to like buckle down and like really pay attention to the story. And now I love it even more as an adult, now that I've put together all of the brilliant detail in the story and like listening to Dr. Breen talk in like City 17 and just like and how beautifully oppressive they made like the City 17 regime. It is just genius. It's such a great satire of like I think it's genius. I guess not really a satire, but
or the dystopian nightmare that they've created.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Like even recently, and I'm like ashamed to admit it, like I only recently figured out how they've not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not found Gordon in the apartments in the beginning, but like why there was such a sudden police presence.
Yeah.
And like for years I was like, I don't know why they were there all of a sudden. Like it doesn't make sense. And it's like, no, they're literally counting people, like how many are in the apartments, and suddenly there's one extra person unaccounted for.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just, it's such a weird concept of like suddenly your brain clicks on and you're like, oh, that's what's happening.
So like here's something interesting though, and this might ring a bell for you. I had to, like recently I've been trying to explain to my friend Jesse why Half-Life is interesting, because she, you know, from her perspective as somebody that didn't grow up with it and like, you know, didn't really exist in the PC scene, and you know, just kind of like only really dug like somebody this is a person that's hyper into video games, but like hyper into console games, right? Like hyper into Nintendo stuff. And so this, like, you know, this me introducing the world of PC stuff and just being like, hey, like Half-Life's like a big PC game, right? What it was interesting because I had to explain like why it was a good game, and that's something that kind of isn't inherent. Like when you look at Half-Life now and you don't have any context of it, it kind of doesn't hold up. And I don't mean that, like, obviously I love these games. I think they're amazing and brilliant and genius, and they're why video games are good now. But like if you're looking at it cold, like with no context, you can get totally lost. And I think one of the reasons why Half-Life 1 is so good is that it was extremely impressive for the time. And I grew up with NES games. So, you know, I had like Nintendo 64 games. And so like Half-Life 1 even, when I played it as a kid, was mind-blowing to me. That such a big story could be told in such with such like linear caverns and low poly models and things like that. And the same goes for Half-Life 2. Like Half-Life 2 was like the first game to have like real actual physics puzzles. You know what I mean? And I loved physics as a kid. Like I that was so magical to me. So my affection for Half-Life when it started was so simple. And then as I got older, it got more complex. It's a game that you grow into, like kind of like The Simpsons, right? I didn't care about The Simpsons as a kid, but once I got older, I started to relate to it more. And it started, you know, opening all these different avenues for what I could find interesting about it. And that's what makes a good piece of art to me.
Well, that and like Half-Life is an interesting series that you don't hear the thesis for the entire series until the second game.
I agree with you. I feel like they kind of left Half-Life 1 off at sort of an awkward cliffhanger.
Well, it's not so much the cliffhanger. It's like looking at it from the perspective of Gordon as the main character, and then with, you know, side characters like Barney and Adrian and, you know, Colette and Gina and Alex in later entries. But there's something in the opening scene of Half-Life 2. It's a single sentence, and I believe it is the defining factor of what makes Half-Life as a series interesting, which is the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
Yep. I have that whole speech memorized.
Same here.
It'd be really awkward to try. Like, I would offer to be like, oh, we should say it at the same time, but like Discord latency would make that hell. So let's spare the viewers of that.
I once in a while quote the "Welcome to City 17" speech at my cats.
You have chosen or been chosen to relocate to one of our fine remaining urban centers.
I love that final line. Welcome to City 17. It's safer here.
It's safer here. Great. It's just so good. Like that whole I just love City 17 as like a setting. It's brilliant. Anyway, I don't have much to say aside from just worshiping this game constantly. Right. Anyway, I was trying to speaking of this though. I was trying to figure out a way to phrase a Valve video because Valve means a lot to me. Team Fortress 2 is my favorite game. Portal was extremely formative to me. I'm playing Counter-Strike right now, in fact. I'm playing Counter-Strike Source, which is just peak. I have like boxed copies of Half-Life 1, of Portal, of Counter-Strike Condition Zero, Team Fortress 2. I love Valve.
Tattoo.
So, oh, dude, that rules. I should get one too. That's sick. But I'm trying to phrase, like, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase that video because I don't want to say, like, I don't want to just, like, you know, I don't want to just bootleg. I want to have something to say. And that's kind of hard to figure out because, like, Valve has been very covered. And I kind of don't know what I have to say about it. But I think the angle that I mentioned earlier about explaining Half-Life to somebody that doesn't really get it, I think that actually could make for an interesting angle of like, hey, like, here's the parts of Half-Life that they don't tell you, you know, the things that aren't really often discussed. Here's there's an element of, let's say, like, what if I called it something along the lines of like looking at details that no one ever pays attention to in like Portal 2, you know, because I do this thing and I don't know if it's because I'm just autistic or just a weird person, but like I will go into a Valve game, and I've done this since I was like 10. I'll go into an empty server on Team Fortress 2 or Counter-Strike or something, and I'll just look at all the very intentional design that Valve would put behind it. Pictures on the wall, a visible scuffle on the floor of like footprints, or and all of that is visual storytelling. It's stuff that you infer while passing through and aren't meant to pay exclusive attention to. But what if I do pay exclusive attention to it? What can we glean from it? I think that could be an interesting angle.
Or how certain Half-Life maps have like blood spatter specifically at head height.
Yeah, great idea. Like that. There you go. Visual storytelling. That's what I mean. Like, that's the kind of thing that I think would be really fun to explore, especially in something like Portal 2, which has like an extremely detailed world.
I do it. Just do it. Like,
because it's impossible to communicate like vibe. It's impossible to communicate like how these games made me feel when I was 8. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that could make for a decent narrative. I always like for my videos to have like some kind of story you can grab onto.
I think a way around that, at least in explaining vibe to like the layman, if we were to use a term, somebody new, it would be probably to ask the audience directly, not so much like, what do you feel?
Yeah, how did this make you feel? Yeah,
not so much that, but like, what happened here? What do you think happened?
Also, I'm putting this together now. Like, something that Valve Games did that I had never seen before was a grippingly realistic and believable setting. Like, let's say something, and like something that's immediately relatable. So, like, I used to fixate on CS Office, the Counter-Strike Source version specifically, but also 1.6, because I would go into those rooms and I would try to deduce what these people were doing. I would look at the whiteboards and be like, what are they trying to suss out right now? Like, what are these people doing? And also, like, things like how they will intentionally make paintings on the wall askew. And it's like, I want to fix that. I am not given the option to fix it. The fluorescent lighting. And I think that's something that, like, the Stanley Parable took advantage of beautifully. Is, like, what would be a very boringly believable setting. One that is just stupefyingly like reality, in the words of Penn Jillette. You know, and then adding this sort of uncanny element to it of like, oh god, this thing really does just go forever, doesn't it? I'm so sick of looking at fluorescent lighting and beige carpeting and boring ferns.
Or the suicidal copier.
You lost me on that one. What's that?
The copy machine in Stanley Parable is suicidal.
I love the Stanley Parable. I probably just don't remember this reference.
So, it's not even a reference. And the thing is, it's not even mentioned. It's just there. So, okay, you know the copier machine right when you exit Stanley's office, like to the left?
Yeah.
So you know that pile of papers on the floor?
Yeah.
So if you get close enough, you can read those. And it's like praying for death. It's like,
no
please.
Way. That's really cool.
Like,
that's actually exactly that's a great example of what I was talking about too.
Like I remember like, I wonder if I can read that, and it's like, dear God, send a rock through my printer screen, somebody please.
That's really neato.
And I've actually been toying with the idea of making a comprehensive video on not so much the endings of the Stanley Parable, but the comparison between the 3 separate versions of Stanley Parable.
Yeah, because I know exactly what you mean, because my Stanley Parable was a Half-Life 2 mod. That's the first one that I played back in like 2013, and then I have been a lifelong fan since.
Well, like, I want to cover the changes between Source 1, Source 2, and then the Unity using Source assets. Because
sorry, say that again for me?
Ultra Deluxe is on Unity.
Yeah, they ported it all. I remember learning about that and just feeling that was so crazy.
And the thing is, it feels off.
Yeah, it does.
But I want to do like a comprehensive, like,
here's everything that's different. Like, here's all the physics differences. Here's all the did they ever actually put in the SV Cheats one into Ultra Deluxe, or is that still gone?
if I remember, the serious room for cheaters.
That's it.
Uh,
Yeah.
the serious room is mentioned, but I don't believe you can access it anymore.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But the main thing that fine, I'll bring it up here. But
Fine.
so the acceleration in Unity for the player acceleration is different than in Source. When you
That
let
makes
go
sense.
of your when you let go of your key in Source, you maintain the direction you were traveling at least for like, call it a half a step. And the problem is that same principle doesn't apply in Unity. It's whatever direction you were like pushing with your key is the last input, if that makes sense. So if I'm walking forward, say, playing Stanley Parable, and you're walking down a hallway and you let go of the W key and you turn suddenly, you come to a stop, but you're still moving down the hallway. You're still moving in your original orientation. But in the Unity version, for some reason, if you let go of the W key, it still acts like you're walking. So if you turn your mouse all of a sudden, you will veer in the direction that you're now pointing.
Oh, that's strange.
I don't
Well,
know
I hope
why
you do that. I think that could be interesting because I would love to
don't-
see a breakdown of like all the differences.
I say I don't know why I noticed it. All I know is it makes my brain itch and I can't stop it.
Yeah, I get you. So yeah, that was a very lengthy answer to what's your upcoming projects, which was like something Valve related, Hasbro, Ion, E-machines. I'm just giving all the goods, because yeah, I'm sure that that's a big reward for whoever ends up tuning into this. And by the way, none of those are guaranteed. Those projects, those videos, they do not exist yet. These are just ideas.
These
And
are babies.
anything, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. But
After
yeah, we'll
9
see what
years, we're finally.
after 9 years in development. I love him. He's great. He's still amazing. He's so based.
Him and his boat.
I mean, like, obviously, like, Valve is worthy of criticism, but, like, I'd say in general they're pretty based still, especially compared to most other game companies.
I've toyed with the idea of trying to go like take a tour of Valve offices.
Do they still do them? Because last I heard, they, like, stopped doing them, like, 7 years ago.
I have no clue, but I'm wondering if I'm on
Right.
the phone just like, please, 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 please.
Please, I'll point my cameras in your office, please.
I won't even bring a camera. It's just for me.
I would love to go, but I don't even know if they do that anymore. It's a shame.
Or just stand out front with a sign that just says please.
Please, please, please. That's pretty silly.
Tears in my eyes.
Let me in. I want to touch the big valve. I want to play with the big turret. I want to play with the big portal turret.
You want to hear something embarrassing?
Okay.
When I was a teenager, I want to say about 13 or 14, I called the Valve head offices.
Oh my gosh, I have an equally cringy story. What'd you say?
I was just like, I had this whole thing planned of like, I'm a huge fan of Cam, I'm so excited for Half-Life 3, the typical thing.
The shit they're tired of hearing.
And I like, they didn't pick up. It went to the answering machine. I should mention Kleiner was the answering machine.
That's brilliant. How old were you when you did this? Was this like 2009 or something?
Yeah, I was like 14 maybe.
Oh yeah, so you're pretty old to be doing that.
Shut up.
I'm not upset with you. It's funny. That's a perfectly harmless story.
But like, I remember like, I'm gonna say all this stuff, and then the minute I heard like the answering machine, it just went away. I'm a big fan, and I like your games. Bye.
Snorts. Sniffs really loud. I'm a big fan. So I have a story actually very similar to that, but I was very young. I was probably 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. And I was a big Sonic fan as a kid. And so I'm still a Sonic fan now, but, you know, kids have superpowers and they would just get like hyper obsessed with a thing. And so I did. I was hyper fixated on Sonic, and so I looked at the back of my copy of Sonic Adventure DX on GameCube, and I saw that they had a PO box that you could send mail to, and so I wrote a really cringy letter that was like, "I like Sonic, and I'm very excited for Sonic Adventure 3. Is there any plans to do Sonic Heroes 2?" or something like that. And those motherfuckers actually responded. They actually did it. They sent me a letter back, and they just sent me like a super earnest email back. They were just like, "Hi, we've gotten a lot of requests to do Sonic Heroes 2, and we'll definitely be taking what fans are looking for into account with our future releases." Or something like really official sounding like that. But that like made me like, that brought my love of video games to a degree that it probably shouldn't have. The fact that like they totally indulged me, I was like, like I felt so seen. It was crazy. That was like, and looking back, I'm like, that was really cool of them. They totally didn't have to do that, and they did, and that was really sick that they did.
Then you can go like, I know the guys at Sega.
Yeah, I'm pals with them. They said Sonic Heroes 2 is coming, so yeah.
Sonic's my friend. He came to my birthday party.
No, but like, it's so funny how like they still have not touched on Sonic Heroes since like 2005 or whatever. They lied to me.
No, that's
I'm 26 now, and there's still no Sonic Heroes 2.
Now you gotta send him a follow-up email like, dude, what the fuck?
No, it wasn't an email. It was physical mail. It was like a letter in the mail. And it's funny. I should send them another one and be like, "Hey, it's been 20 years. What the hell, you guys? Where's it at? Give me the Sonic Heroes 2 right now."
You said you would. You promised.
You told me. No, but like, no. I feel like if I did the same thing now, I definitely wouldn't get a response. I feel like like all that stuff has gotten too big. Not because I'm older. I just mean because like companies have changed. Like I feel like a lot of these sort of corporate entities are less like personal, and that's a real shame, you know?
Yeah. It like, I just imagine like it's the same guy sitting in the mail office like, "Oh shit, there's another letter."
Yeah, like some dude that like was like 20 when I sent that mail is like 40 something now, and they're just like, "Oh my god." I remember you.
He turns to his coworker like, "Dude, we got to get to work. We're late."
Yeah, we got to get on. Dude, we got to get on. This guy can't wait much longer. Like no, but I don't really like Sonic stuff anymore. Like I like the old stuff that I liked back then, but like all the new stuff doesn't really speak to me. Like I didn't really care about like Frontiers or anything. I tried to though.
Is it because it's not Sonic Heroes? It's not the same.
It's not the same. No, I don't know. I just don't really like open world games that much. Like I liked I loved Breath of the Wild so much, and I played it obsessively. And now I'm kind of like, nothing can compare. Nothing can compare.
I have not finished Breath of the Wild. I have a Switch. It's right here on my desk.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild's pretty good. I like it.
Well, the thing is, it's not even that I don't like it or anything like that. It's just my brain doesn't itch the right way when I play it.
Yeah, I understand. It's all about, you know, that's the reason we play video games is to like, you know, is to fill an innate need in us. You know what I mean? Like we crave entertainment, and they all have different values, and they all have different prospects and different, you know, they all accomplish something different entirely from each other. I think it's fine to just not be in the mood for something at any given moment. Like, there's so many people that are just, you know, will make an opinion about a new game that they played when it came out, right? Oh, Counter-Strike 2 just came out and it sucks, right? But it's like, you never know. Maybe 5 years from now that game would be sick. But like right now, yeah. I mean, it's pretty content barren. I wouldn't blame people for complaining about it. Like, I don't like Counter-Strike 2 right now. I think it kind of sucks. But
from a technical standpoint, I think it's stunning. Like the smoke.
That's kind of what I mean. Like, it shows a lot of potential. I just think it's kind of disappointing at the minute. But what I'm saying is, you know, maybe there are people out there that are totally in the mood for exactly what Counter-Strike 2 is delivering right now, and it's their favorite thing ever. But, like, you know, maybe 5 years from now, it'll be even better, and so the people that didn't like it on launch will like it later. I just think ultimately, like, people should just stop making their opinions other people's business. Just enjoy stuff, because this is all a problem of having to package up your feelings into something easily shareable. We don't have to do that. The social media made us feel like we need to do that. We don't need to do that, and people need to chill out.
But I need to make a fully formed opinion within roughly 5 minutes of starting this game.
Well, it's also like people clamor to participate in gaming discourse, and I just don't understand why. There's nothing good to be had from it. It's really frustrating to participate in. And people were like, oh my god, I have to play the new, I don't know, Dark Souls game so that I can yap about it online on my Twitter.
Right.
It's like, man, relax. You don't need to do all that.
Can't believe I have to buy this game that it's totally optional for me buying.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, we're just creating problems. Like it has always been your prerogative to just like not buy Nintendo games if you think they're too expensive, but like it has become other people's problem. Somebody buying a Switch now gets to be taken personally.
That said, I can't believe you bought a Switch. No.
Well, I mean, obviously, like mine's a different scenario. I can understand people judging that, like even from like a political context, but like we're not getting into that. That's boring. Because people like have turned buying a Nintendo console into like a, oh wow, so you're a corporate simp. I mentioned that earlier, but you get the idea. But I'm saying like that's still my point remains about like not everyone needs to participate in discourse. It really is fine to just not do it.
Well, then I think people spend too much time being angry. Like
I think people spend too much time on the internet. Full stop. I think people need to just like log off, just unplug your router sometimes. I'm not even joking. That's completely genuine. I think people really need to just like spend less time on the internet, and, like go out and do stuff.
or as the saying goes, touch grass.
You know what? It's good advice. Grass tastes really good, and people don't even know.
Too bad I'm allergic.
Starts chomping on grass.
I went and touched grass. Now I'm in the ICU.
I like that this interview turned into just like a podcast.
Yeah. Now, I say with that, we have crossed the hour 40-minute mark.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about ramping it up?
Ramping it up to what? 11?
Oh, rapping.
Oh, you said wrapping it up. Sorry, I thought you meant take it up to 11. Yeah, we can wrap it up. That's chill.
Fortnite players need to die, and that's where the hill we're gonna die on. No.
Fortnite Battle Pass. Fortnite is fun, by the way. Fortnite is a fun game. I like it. I got into it very recently, actually.
All that truly matters is that you're having fun.
Because, like, yeah, obviously, like, there's something to say about like the shop and about how they sell to mostly kids, but as a game, I think it's a-okay. I got into it when Hank Hill was released because I freaking love King of the Hill. There wasn't any point to that. I'm just saying that that's a thing that I did.
For me, it's Doom Guy.
Oh yeah.
But
Doom Guy.
But to close this out, I do have two quick questions for you.
Yeah, what's up?
First one being, do you have a video you're particularly proud of that you'd like to see in the description of this here video?
Sure. I just released an hour-long video, or I guess hour-and-a-half-long video about Wii Homebrew. It was an insane amount of work. I was working like 14-hour days for the past week getting that thing out because it didn't start off as being such a gargantuan project, but it just sort of turned into it, and I didn't want to cut it down, so that's just what happened. But that end result is so funny and weird, and I'm just really proud of the pacing in it. I think it's really good. So if you guys want to check out any of my stuff, I feel like that one makes a pretty good first impression. So thank you for considering.
Absolutely. And the second question would be, would you be open to coming back as a return guest?
Yeah, sure. This was perfectly fine. This is fun.
No.
Hell no. Get away from me. No, I'd be fine. You can have me on. This is fun. I'm always trying to like get out there and do more podcasty kind of things because I don't stream much. People always ask me to stream more because they want to hear like the more like off the cuff kind of thing. But I don't really find streaming to be that fun. It's really stressful. And I usually spend more time setting up stream than I do streaming. Because I'll set up stream for like 5 hours and then stream for like 3 of them and then just be like, okay, I think I'm done.
I've considered streaming just for like, I'd like to do like kind of stream of consciousness things like this show, essentially.
Yeah, just podcasty. Because podcast kind of stuff works pretty good in a live context because it's already kind of like stream of like the subconscious whatever's going on. Like, I like that kind of stuff. I watch that kind of stuff. I like podcasts and things.
Well, I like doing the show pre-recorded because there's no pressure of like chat.
Yeah, well, that is good, just like for safety, in case like it's nice to have the privilege to be like, all right, can you actually cut that out? If it gets too personal or whatever, it's nice. Whereas if it's live, it's already out there.
Yeah,
and and that ends up with people being more filtered, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have that middle ground. I miss Let's Plays. What happened to Let's Plays, man? Can we go back to Let's Plays? Because like the Let's Plays evolving into streaming culture is so lame. Because Let's Plays, like, you get rewatchability. Because VODs are not rewatchable. No one watches VODs. It's just a fact.
Because it's 15 minutes of some guy going, "Are you ready?
All right. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the sub." That's the same thing. It's just what Twitch culture is. It's always the same.
Thanks for the donation, butt fart 69.
Like, I'm not hating. I think all that's fine. It is so not for me. I'm like, I would rather watch a video in any circumstance than a stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that your show keeps going and that I get to be on again, and that'd be delightful. I'm down. Let's do it.
Absolutely. And with that, party people at home, please go check out Clue's channel. And links will not only be for the channel itself, but the video mentioned before.
Yes.
Please go check out Clue's stuff.
PlanetClue.com. I'm about to hit 500k. I'm hoping that I hit 500k pretty soon. I'm very excited.
Are you going to celebrate?
I don't know what to do. If I can find something to do, I'll do it. What if I do like a 24-hour Windows XP stream where I'm just like always on?
24-hour DDR.
Oh my god, that would be actual hell. I don't think I physically could do that. I think I would fold in half after like 4 hours.
I have this image of like I tune in like 6 hours in and you're just laying dead on the pad.
And then it's just an 8-hour stream of me sleeping face down. That's really stupid. I actually really like that. Okay, alrighty, I guess we gotta wrap it up then.
Let's say it's playing Running in the 90s in the background the whole time.
It's like that gif or that video of SpongeBob where it's playing the party music and it's like got the rave lights on and he's just face down. Like that. I think it plays Caramel Danza or something.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah.
But with that, party people at home, thank you for sticking around. Again, please check out Clue's videos. And Clue, thank you for hanging out with me today. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Of course, anytime. Yeah, let me know and I'll hop back in.
Absolutely. And with
Later,
that,
potato.
And with that, party people at home, this has been Demasked. My name is Fresman, and I'll see all of you next time.